All right, how's everybody doing? Back after a little break. I was on vacation, but I'm back for this week here. So excited to get back into some SFL games. Haven't been able to watch any League of Legends for over a week. So excited to get back into it. And we've got a good matchup here. We got INSCR versus BB Clocks to start it out. Of course, a best of three, like all SFL matches, all except the playoffs anyway. I'm gonna start things off here, though, with the Silas ban. Rise and Leona, as well as Thresh. It's probably not a great idea if you want to pick a champion to name yourself after it. So probably a bad decision for Pizza Chan there. But Thresh will be banned out here, and Sejuani gonna follow it up as well here. So some popular champions being banned away, but a few unique ones. The Leona, the Thresh, and even the Rise has seen some ups and downs. But the size of Sejuani been very, very popular alongside that Ezreal that's going to join it here as the last ban. And it looks like INSCR going to go for a first pick Alistar here, which is very interesting. Lots of stuff open. I know Jace top lane has been very, very popular. We've had a lot of popularity in Lucian recently. But Kled going to be the follow-up here. BB Clock's going for a top lane pick after seeing the Alistar. A very interesting follow-up to that. I'm wondering what they're going to pick alongside this, but definitely some interesting stuff coming out so far with these first couple picks. Again, a lot of stuff open that we've seen played quite a bit. And, well, might even get a Blitzcrank follow-up here. So Kled and Blitzcrank are picked in response to an Alistar first pick here from INSCR, which seems kind of counterintuitive. Usually Blitzcrank is considered to be countered by an Alistar. Usually you'd be picking Alistar into Blitzcrank, but apparently that's going to be the ideal choice here for thereby also. Which is, again, pretty interesting. There are certainly openings. You know, the Alistar isn't a hard counter per se, but it's generally not the matchup you want, I think, in the bottom lane. But they're going to opt into it. And follow us up with a Caitlyn here. So Blitzcrank Caitlyn versus Alistar Kai'Sa. Obviously, the Blitzcrank Caitlyn should have an advantageous matchup early on in the first couple levels. But you worry once Kai'Sa and Alistar, they get all their abilities skilled up, and maybe after the first buy, I wonder if the Blitzcrank Caitlyn can struggle in that all-in scenario. But forgetting about that, Ahri will be the mid lane pick here for Stray. As we get a Jax ban here, so Oven Johnson going to try to secure him a good matchup in the top lane there. May just invest another ban as well in the top lane there for Oven Johnson if they want to get rid of Jackson Riven or Jackson and another counter to Kled. Kled is a champion that can be pretty hard countered. Jax, one of the reasons he's so good is you just use Counter-Strike, and Kled is pretty much all auto attack damage, so if you just use Counter-Strike, you're going to win every trade, and it's very hard for the Kled to disengage. So one of the classic counters, and looks like a lot of resources are being put in Oven Johnson here, considering they did pick that Kled so early. But yeah, very interesting pick ban phase so far, as Karthus is going to be banned out here as well. And Victor going to be the last ban here in the second phase, so a few solo laners can be banned out, and now maybe Aatrox. Well, I assume this would be a mid lane Aatrox if this is picked up, but no, over to the Ivern Hover, which would give some power over the Caitlyn here in the late game. So got the power of the Kled in the early and mid game, and maybe Caitlyn to follow it up later on. And that also gives you another sort of reason to pit the Blitzcrank or melee supporters that you already have a heal shield support that can apply Ardent Sensor or just keep that 80 carry healthy. So you don't necessarily need a Nami or a Soraka or whatever, to be in the bottom lane with your support. As the Talia will be picked up here, assume this to be a jungle Talia and a top lane Poppy, as INSCR locks in their entire lineup here. So do have a lot of AP damage, so you'd assume this Kai'Sa is going to go AD, build Infinity Edge first, and follow it up with a crit item, and then maybe get the Ginsu's third, but certainly will not going to be for an AP build here. Will definitely be the Infinity Edge first. Maybe even the Essence Reaver, though. I feel like Kai'Sa is one of the AD carriers that benefits a lot from CDR, but I don't know if the loss in damage is worth it for her. to get the CDR mana from Essence Reaver. Plus the AD. You actually lose quite a bit of AD to get Essence Reaver. You lose 15 AD off it, which is a pretty substantial amount. If it was 5 or 10, maybe you'd be like, okay with it. But 15 is quite a bit. Yeah, maybe too much. But with that, we get our full lineups in here. As Corki will be the last pick in the mid lane here. So Ahri versus Corki in the mid lane. It looks like Corki's actually going to hang on to that Ignite as well here. So maybe getting pretty aggressive. And, well, yeah, will be the Ignite here for Corki. No TP, no defensive cleanse against the Ahri. So that's a pretty aggressive pick here. Maybe going to get punished for that, but going to have to be careful for sure there. The Corki and the Caitlyn gives you a lot of late game power, but you know, it is spread out over AD and magic damage because you have, of course, the Corki passive there. So that's pretty big. There's not really, you know, one item you can buy to deal with that here. You got to buy the Ninja Tabi, but you also got to buy, you know, some MR as well. So makes the life for Poppy and Alistar a lot more difficult. But the Kled, while certainly not hard countered here, the Poppy has a decent matchup into the Kled here with her steadfast presence. Is able to deny some of the dashes from the Kled, which is his main, you know, form of cat players like to dash in, throw out that bear trap on a rope and reel in his prey. But Poppy can deny that, push him, you know, into a wall, and she does pretty well against sort of the bruiser types like Kled. So I don't know if this will be actually as good of a matchup as they wanted it to be, considering they picked the Kled so early on, and Oven Johnson seemed pretty confident with that as well. And both top laners did take TP, so no ignites, no early cheesy ignites to start things off either. Do apologize, my voice a little bit hoarse. I'm a little sick right now, so you'll hear a few sniffles, and if I ever go and suddenly stop talking, it's probably because I'm coughing. And I'll try and spare your ears for the most part. But should be in the game here in just a minute or two, and then we'll be all good to go here for our first game. But a few interesting picks. I'm very surprised that we did not have a few other champions picked early on, like the Lucian, or maybe, you know, just a lot of stuff seemed to slip past that you would have expected to be picked up here. But both these teams take, you know, putting more priority on other things. And Alistar first pick is not something we've seen very often. Usually the 8 carries have been super important, and the top lane priority has been thrown completely out of whack from what I understand. Poppy and Kled basically picked up first. The only real top laner you could call, or I guess you could call Ryze a top laner too, but Silas and Ryze are both champions that can be played mid or top, and those are the only, you know, only champions that were banned that you could consider top laners. So, you know, the fact that they just went for that early on, Kled and Poppy was response, it's just very strange. Like usually you'd see some other champions be picked up early, but it's just kind of shocking to me. But again, sometimes comfort more important than what's in the meta at the moment, or what you think's what other you know, what people think is best. And Spectre related timeout, so we should be in the game in just a moment here. Yep, loading in. But yeah, also the Blitzcrank pick surprised me quite a bit. I would have certainly thought that we would have something else against this Alistar, be it a Braum or even a range support. Maybe could have worked. I've seen some Nami be popular as well. But Alistar, again, not traditionally the champ you'd think would be picked into, or Blitzcrank, not traditionally the champ you'd think we picked into an Alistar. Here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Off to what could be an invade here for Insecure. Got 4 stacked in this brush. Maybe just playing defensively against a potential invade from a Blitzcrank, as that is one of the most popular champions to invade on. Right up there with the Brahms, the Olafs. Probably the 3 most invaded with champions are Blitzcrank, Brahm, and Olaf. Thresh also, of course, very big up in there. But any champion that has a hard CC level 1 that can be cast from a distance, very popular, or just low cooldown range slows, things like that. Very, very good level 1 ability. But now, though, that's not where they want to be. Gonna be chased in and out of that brush. Both sides get wards down on that, though. So both have vision on that Scuttle Brush, which is important for the early jungle start. Also have some wards over here. You see wards for both sides on those brushes. So post Scuttles will be warded for the first couple minutes of this game. What's the Grass from X-Ranger? The Conqueror from Oven Johnson. Still a popular keystone, despite the changes there for the Kleds. As Licenseless Rider already taking a lot of damage there in the mid lane. He was trying to hold that minion outside the turret so he could get it, but took a few too many autos in the process. And now, King gonna be forced to run away. Stray is here in Seiko top. Jason. Stray gonna flash, misses the charm, but the Ignite goes down, and a few stones. That'll secure first blood. A good rotation there from Stray, secures the kill, but had to use all of his summoner spells. Seiko top also used his flash. So some important cooldowns burned, but they do secure that first blood. Licenseless Rider not in any place to help. And the charm lands here for Stray. He's done a good job so far in the lane and with that rotation. Still, though, he is down quite a bit of CS. You know, considering how early out we are on in the game. But another gank gonna come in through mid lane. Licenseless Rider gonna be forced to flash, but King coming in to help out, and Stray, he's gone. The Ignite taking on him, might be in trouble. Licenseless Rider ends up going down, though. Seiko top finds the kill. And we'll save his mid lane in the process. Stray gonna survive that one. A second kill picked up for this mid-jungle duo. But this time on the mid laner, Licenseless Rider and King both have gone down very early on and are way behind in XP now. Everyone in the mid and jungle positions have all their summoner spells ready now. Ooh. Combo in from the Alistar. Stun gonna land here on Videl, and he's probably gonna go down. Seiko top is here for the gank in the bottom lane. Last auto will come in. Seiko gets it. Thereby also with a flash, but he flashed back into the enemy. He's gonna survive though in the end, and Oven Johnson gets dismounted. But with that W, he gets a lot of courage back very quickly. And increased attack speed. Now he's gonna remount and maybe try and go for the all-in on X-Ranger. He's going in. Both sides have flash. Push back on X-Ranger, but he's getting continuously chased by Oven Johnson. Dash coming off cooldown in a little bit. Will miss this bear trap on a rope, though. It gets blocked. The minions, though, block him. Oven Johnson with a flash away. The minions. Oh, no. X-Ranger finds the kill on Oven Johnson. The minions take him down. He got minion blocked and took an extra turret hit. Oh, that's tilting. That's a tragic one. Ah, you hate to see it. Oven Johnson, though, the quick TV back, might just find the L hit he wants. A dash back, X-Ranger. Oh, no, not this time. And Seiko top coming in for a gank top side. He's still level 3. He's been ganking non-stop. Seiko top, he's got the red buff and some autos. Misses. Oh, that push back, but the stones are there, and down he goes. A second death for Oven Johnson directly after TPing back. Not a great start here for BB Clocks. Everyone has died but the support and the top laner twice already. We're at just 5 minutes and already 5 kills. A 2,000 gold lead here for Insecure. This is definitely not what they were hoping for here. Insecure is our last place team. But that was slightly because of the record they were given, I believe. Unfortunately, we're given a pretty bad record when they started, but not looking great right now. BB Clock is our third place team with an 8-6 record. Tied for third with two others, though. Free Teller and Laser Blizzard there as well. So their next couple of games, very important for them as we close out the season. But as I say that, Oven Johnson going for another all-in, but X-Ranger has a level advantage here. I don't know if that's the fight Oven Johnson wants to take. That's pretty risky, I'd say. Bear Trap able to get the pullback. But again, X-Ranger has a level advantage and item advantage. I just don't know if Oven Johnson wants to be fighting right now. Licensed Rider has a 2-level advantage here, but no mana. Sekko top trying to go in for an aggressive play, but here's going to mess up. That knockback, and down he goes. I don't know what Sekko top was planning there. He's got 4 kills, but he's got no items, and he's down 2 levels on Licensed Rider there, and he just autoed him to death. King with the gang up top side. Well, apparently he didn't get rooted because the directed camera didn't give a crap about it, but King, despite losing pretty hard in the early part of the game, was able to just kind of farm for a while Sekko top was ganking constantly. So he's actually like even he's actually up in CS and even in XP here. So now that he's got himself sort of back into it, maybe he can start ganking and get the rest of his team back into it, maybe. Of course, we'll be Triforce first here for Licensed Rider on the Corki, but he went for the Phage first instead of the Sheen. I guess that was just a money decision there. Also a bit safer there, movement speed and the HP good. King gonna find Sekko top in the jungle, but he's gonna get knocked back by this seismic shove, and Sekko top gonna find the kill, the solo kill in the jungle there. The flash was used, but too late. Down goes King in the jungle, and I said he's back in it for a minute, but he just threw away that advantage, the small advantage he had in terms of CS. And Oven Johnson, I mean, he's still in an okay spot. He's got himself back into it here. He was down 15 CS at one point, but he's okay now. Maybe I was underestimating him here when I said he shouldn't fight. Seemed to be working for him so far here as X-Ranger didn't get pulled back in. And Oven Johnson, he wants this all in. X-Ranger just going to run away with his tail in between his legs. That's sort of what you'd expect of this matchup anyway. And yeah, Oven Johnson still winning this despite the 2 deaths and the kills given over to X-Ranger, or the kill and assist. But 6-1 in kills now as we reach a little past 8.5 minutes here. The gold lead that was 2,000. Still close to 2,000, but a few hundred gold have been sort of clawed back here for BB Clocks, which is nice that the advantage is actually shrinking instead of expanding. That's very good for them. And INSCR looking very good so far. Don't really like that they have a abbreviation that's 5 letters because it makes all the graphics much more annoying, but I can't argue with success here as Oven Johnson with a good dash in finds another good trade on X-Ranger. Again, he's down levels and but he's still winning these fights, so who might argue with it? Now King coming in for a gank bottom lane there, but also gonna take that little trip he was given and miss the hook though. And Deep Focus firing back. It looks like King is in trouble. Sekko top of the flash, and Deep Focus gets the last hit on that kill. And it looks like that gank was completely turned around. King was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Ross with a flash in though will find the kill on Astray here. But now he's immediately taken down himself. Sekko top with another kill and make that 6 in the game. Licensed Rider has finally made his way down to the bottom lane, trying to get something back. Defocus here. The heal's going to come in and save him for now. Beedle trying to fire away. You get a kill here. The net not going to quite on the kill and defocus. Oil Thresh. License Rider. Oh, they finally get the kill. Beedle gets it. The snipe will not come through. A good block there. Psycho Top going to save his 80 carry. Owen Johnson again in the top lane. Going to find the remount soon. The dismount does drop turret aggro though. You do become untargetable and you will drop turret aggro, so that does make diving a lot easier on Kled than, you know, any other champion. Of course, you need minions there to actually get back out, but if you do have minions, you can make it happen. So watch out for Owen Johnson to you know, diving at some point if he's feeling real good about himself. About 11.5 minutes now, and again, the gold lead has shrunk even further. We are down below 1,000. BB Clocks is back in this thing. I mean, I wasn't really expecting this to happen, to be honest with you. But they've really clawed their way back into this one. Again, Owen Johnson and King still 0-2, 0-3. But a few kills have been gained back in the bottom lane and in the mid lane a little bit here, and you know, the farm is just kind of what's been keeping them in it, I guess. The jungle is actually, you know, a spot where they're actually up in CS here, and mid lane is a huge reason why they're actually competitive in gold because of the big CS lead there. And X-Ranger and Owen Johnson going at it once again. They're not quite wet noodles, but they're more like damp noodles there. It takes a while for any of them to die. Oh, the root's gonna land here. License Rider gonna not gonna quite find the damage. A quick dash away from Stray will save him. Now Stray going back in. Oral Thresh looking for the combo. The root gonna come in though. Good defensive play from King with the flash, but now the wall gonna cut off his escape option. Psycho Top comes in with a kill. Smoothly riding that wall in and cleaning up the weeds. King gonna fall again. A fourth death for him. He's going for the redemption first here. Of course, he already got the mobility boots, but I mean, yeah, it's not been a great game so far for him. Again, the saving grace for BB Clocks has been Licensed Rider here. He's on 114 CS to 76 of his opponent. Licensed Rider there, but also coming in for the contest. Seismic Shove lands on 2. Licensed Rider trying to find the autos, but he's going to be forced to back out. Dash in from the Kai'Sa will find his way. Deep Focus going to find the kill onto the core keep. Dragon still firing away, so taking that damage, but Beatdown King going to be forced to run. And the Infernal Dragon will be taken. And as we reach the 14-minute mark again, BB Clocks clawed their way back into it, but the lead has been extended once again with those couple kills, and now that Infernal Dragon, the INSCR is re-securing their lead here. The Kai'Sa also got this Infinity Edge. He's on that first item, which is huge. Considering the changes to Infinity Edge, it's a much better one-item spike, you know, than it was previously. Well, you didn't buy Infinity Edge previously. That gives you that should give you some indication of how good an item it was at one item, but it's a very good one-item spike now, and everyone's just kind of going for that first. So the Kai'Sa is very strong is what I'm getting at here, but now Owen Johnson going to find the pullback with that bear trap on a rope. The root going to land here, but oh, good ultimate from X-Ranger will knock away Owen Johnson. And now King, he doesn't really have the damage to win this fight on his own. He needs the help of the Kled, and Owen Johnson nowhere to be found, missing in action. X-Ranger, good defensive ultimate will save him there. $15 minutes in here, and again, a pretty good goal lead for INSCR. Second top, he's ganked a lot this game, as you would have guessed here by the 8 kills he has. So he's actually not that crazy at it in farm. He's actually very even in farm, and the XP lead is just one level. But he's got a lot of gold. That we can say about him. King is actually in debt right now. And Oral Thrash can be pulled back here. Tried to use the headbutt to get out, but was interrupted there by also. Clever use of that ability from both sides. Again, I don't know how trees go into debt. I feel like they trade on like a mushroom standard. I don't know the complex banking systems of, you know, fungi or anything like that, but apparently they also have loans and such. Still, though, incredible how this game hasn't gone completely out of control here for BB Clocks. 11-3 in kills, and the gold lead, again, pretty substantial, but they haven't let this one get out of control. BB Clocks still very much in it. There's another combo going to go in for Oral Thresh, but no follow-up, and he gets pulled back in. He gives the ultimate here. So actually, that engage was rather suboptimal, but Deep Focus was not ready for that engage, and Oral Thresh wanted to go in. It's a very awkward place to engage when you're, like, you know, on the enemy side of the lane, and you're, like, just outside the range of their turret, because there's no way you're going to win the all. You're going to be able to kill them before they get back to the turret. And, you know, if they turn it around, you're obviously going to, they've got a lot of room to work with. So it's just not a great spot to all in. But Oven Johnson, he's going to all in here on X-Ranger with a gank. Help from King. Root lands. King is flung away. But Oven Johnson, he's maybe going to try to dive. Again, he's able to dismount. The charge going to come through. Oven Johnson, he's going to dismount here. Going to kill X-Ranger here. Guns him down with the shotgun. Now B-Del is in trouble. The Ignite in the combo. Flash forward to get the stun, but B-Del, the Ignite will Elastic will get him. Or Thresh will go down to the turret shots, though, and thereby also picks up that kill. Secco top. Not going to land the stones. Where Deep Focus goes in. Finds the ultimate back behind the turret, and he's able to pick up that kill. Rift Turret also going to be dropped here, so Deep Focus and Secco top going to push this turret. And the Rift Turret are going to help out as well. And this could be a pretty big swing, but fortunately for BB Clocks, Licensed Rider is here to stop this one, and with how strong the Corki is right now, no one really wants to fight him. Despite the Kaisa being up quite a bit in gold, she hasn't bought recently, so it's likely the Licensed Rider would win the 1v1 right now with his Triforce. And the fact that they're a bit lower on HP, so they decided not to try and push their luck and just back off, and BB Clocks is fine with that, I think. Being able to stop the Ripto from getting anything else is pretty good. There we are, also with the gank in the mid lane, but I don't know if it was on anything stray here. We get dash away. Second top here, the good seismic shoves, finds through the Charmer to land, and thereby also he's going to fall. King trying to make his way out. Second top. Already used that seismic shove. Flash forward, though. He's going to try and throw the stones. Down he goes. Timber, he says, is another death. And B-Del going to fire back, though. The trap, or excuse me, the net going to find the damage he needs. Now, Oven Johnson flashed underneath the turret. He's going to find the kill. Another big solo kill for him up in the tops, or excuse me, another kill, not the solo. That's his first solo kill of the game. But the fact that he's winning this matchup net, despite the terrible start he had, is not very nice. Licensed Rider, they're going to chase Oral Thresh down, going to find the kill. Oven Johnson gets turret in the top lane in the meantime. And now it looks like the Dragon will be stolen here by Licensed Rider and B-Del. Deep Focus is here. Maybe he can try and make a play over, but there is no jungler available. And yep, it will be secured. Licensed Rider and B-Del steal away that Mountain Drake. That was an aggressive call. Deep Focus and Oral Thresh try to go onto it. But they're both low, and again, didn't have the jungler. Jungler died in the mid lane. Yeah, I don't know about that call. I just lost him a Drake, and a Mountain Drake at that, too, which would be huge right now. If INSCR could get a Mountain Drake, that would speed up their push so much so that, like, it gives them a much better chance of winning the game. Now they were also looking for the hook. He's going to find it. Stray gonna dash away, though. Trapped and armed quite fast enough. And oh, the charm's gonna land it down. He goes deep focus. Gonna find the kill into B-Del. Great charm from Stray. He was baiting them the entire time. Now the wall gonna come in, and King Lysis Rider gonna be forced to run. The package from Corky's gonna get him out of dodge for now. The Lysis Rider and King running for the lives. King, though, gets no. Knocked back by the seismic shove. That's his 6th death of the game here. At just under 21 minutes, he's, well, he's died a lot. Looking like one of my solo queue games. Lysis Rider, oh, maybe went a little too far in. Maybe Oral Thresh went a little too far in. The charge didn't come in, and here comes Oven Johnson. Everybody else gonna fall. The Oral Thresh may join him. Both supports down. 4 members alive for both sides here. Oven Johnson, the dismounted. He's gonna have to move back. Deep focus the flash away. Oh, the auto comes in. Stray goes down. A 2-for-2 trade so far, which again you'd favor the team behind, and so maybe Clocks. They're able to find a few positive engagements. Which they really shouldn't be able to. But now Secco Top finds Seismic Shove. King did not realize what he was walking into. He's going to be able to survive, but... yeah. Oof. That's definitely not where you want to walk. 12 kills here for Secco Top. The next closest in the game is his teammate Deep Focus, who's on 4, and then you have a few members on 3. But... yeah, just an insane amount of kills. He has like 2/5 of the kills, I think. I mean, I'm rounding here, but he's got 2/5 of the kills in like the entire game. Not just like he has more than half for his team. He's got like 2/3 for his team and like a third of, or 2/5 of like in the game. Like he's just had so many kills, and no one else is like anywhere near him. I already got 3 items completed and a 10-stack Dark Seal. Wonder what it'll add next. Probably Dark, excuse me, Death Cap, I'd imagine. It's gonna say Dark Seal again, but I was like, wait a minute, why would you wouldn't buy that item a second time? It's dumb to buy items more than once, right? You would never do that. Dark Seal, you would never buy that more than once. I love the Singes who just buy like 6 Dark Seals and are like, yep, this is good. And it like actually is good, which it just blows my mind how that works. A little gank brush here for INSCR, maybe trying to pick someone off. Seismic Shove gonna land in King. Gonna dodge on the charm. Gonna be eaten by thereby also, but he's gonna go down in exchange for saving his teammate here. Charging him in. Oven Johnson gonna join the fight. He's gonna dash into the backline here. He's gonna find his way on a Secco Top, but he gets charmed. Secco Top. And one more auto. Oven Johnson gets it. But he's gonna go down in exchange. Big shutdown though. Lysis Rider continuing to give chase. B-Del and King here as well. X-Ranger is pushing in the bottom lane. Now B-Del, the Knight's gonna come down. Oral Thresh gonna try and find something, but he goes down before he can. And now, Deep Focus gonna fall as well. That's 4 kills. X-Ranger not here, did not have TP to join. A terrible, terrible fight there. INSCR throwing away their lead. Again, the gold lead is down to 1,000 once again. It's been crazy where it ballooned to 3,000, then it shrank back down to 1,000. This entire game, BB Clocks has just found a way to somehow stick like just within a couple thousand gold. I don't know how they've done it, to be honest. It's just insane. They really have no business being in this game at all, to be honest. In Secco Top, 13 kills, the most in the game, but Lysis Rider and B-Del now 4 or 5, and Deep Focus is 5. Again, no one near him, but a few members clawing their way back in it. terms of those numbers. Ginsu's was the second item for Deep Focus, which is kind of interesting. He didn't end up going for crit items after Deep Focus, which I feel like is suboptimal, especially considering your team lineup is like entirely magic damage. I feel like going for the more AD focus and then getting Rage Blade third is better in this situation because your team is so AP heavy. I mean, Rage Blade is never a bad item on Kai'Sa, but now the charge gonna come in. The engage is here. Alvin Johnson gets charged up though. Oral Thresh finds just one on that combo. Packet's gonna be used defensively here, and that engage will not end up getting anything in the end. Hook in from there by also finds the knockup, but a shutdown coming in. Deep Focus, able to get that kill while he got hooked. Now, X-Ranger not going to threaten anything with that ultimate, but buys enough room to secure the turret. Thereby also takes it forward. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, I don't think. Thereby also went, he took the Ivern route in, and now the seismic shove going to land on Alvin Johnson. And he used the shotgun recoil to get himself out for now, but now Deep Focus goes in deep. A second kill for him. He's got to flash away. The red buff might get him. Yes, it does. Shutdown for BDL. But it looks like 4 members will fall in total here for BB Clocks. Stray, he's not going to land that charm with a good flash here. And the snipe will not come through once again. Oral Thresh going to block that one. BDL to the last member alive. Diving underneath turrets. Deep Focus went deep and paid the price, but ended up opening up an opportunity for his team to secure an inhibitor in exchange for his life. And it now looks like we got a few pings on the Baron. Looks like INSCR is trying to make their way there. Very good war coverage though there from BBC. We got a lot of wards here in the river or in the jungle, trying to secure vision so that this Baron won't be free to take. Always a chance for a steal as well. Maybe King can get over and steal the wall. I've seen a Blitzcranks steal, you know, Barons with their rocket grabs. Always possible. But INSCR will start at this Baron. This is a little bit risky here, but still members of BBC trying to make their way out of base. And looks like this Baron will go over. INSCR gonna secure this one. And no contest there from BBC. They were just not in position at all to even attempt to steal. They just completely give up the Baron. And now in full control once again, INSCR have the opportunity to break open another inhibitor now and maybe end this game after quite honestly a decent amount of mistakes from them. They're still in a really good position, and with his Baron might just be able to end the game. The insane early game they had made up for the mistakes I think they made in that sort of midsection here. A few roots gonna be landing here. Thereby also took it in again. Once again, he goes too deep. Thereby also when he forces Flash out. But, oh no, Stray went too far. Gets rooted underneath that turret. Baits upon baits here. And it looks like that siege will be stopped short here, as BDL is able to kill that cannon minion. BDL also now with 3 crit items. Hurts quite a bit. He's gonna be getting another Zeal item here, so he's going for the 100% crit. Might be better at this point to get Armor Pen. I'm a little conflicted on whether or not it's better at this point, because you don't really only have 1.5 tanks. Though Alistar can get pretty tanky with his ultimate on, so maybe 100% crit and then Armor Pen is the way to go, but I feel like you have to get Armor Pen at some point here for BDL. That's just, considering the team he's up against, I feel like you have to. But the next team fight could be pretty pivotal. Stray went a little too aggressive and gave up, honestly, a big siege opportunity there. The few Barons still left, but they've lost a lot of the time on that. Just about a quarter left. And Beedel, despite these being Baron minions, Baron empowered minions, Beedel kills them very, very quickly. Just the strength of late game Caitlyn. Looks like we're gonna get a Leandres and then a Zonia's out of Seko. Could be just using a stopwatch for now and then getting Death Cap. I don't know. Kind of interesting win for the Leandres after getting Morello. Because he's got no, defensive item, no Banshees, no Zonias right now. Both AD carries though have 3 crit items. Ginsu's completed 4 defocus and most of a crit item here for the Caitlyn. Thurbo could also break open this game with a huge hook. I mean, if he hits Seko top or Stray or defocus, like, I mean, that could just completely turn this game on its head. And with the Caitlyn traps, it's really hard for INSCR to break open this base. The mid lane inhibitor has respawned, but again, it's still open, so potential for that inhibitor drop once again. But this is kind of the stage of the game where you're worried about getting to, because now they have a Corki and a Caitlyn with a Ivern buffing them, and Oven Johnson and thereby also will buy a lot of time for the AD carries, despite themselves not being very tanky. Blitzcrank buys a lot of time with the CC and silence and stuff like that. And Oven Johnson, even if he's not tanky, he buys a lot of time because of his invulnerability frames when he dismounts. The way that works is he just kind of like buys a lot of time because it takes like a lot of time to kill him. Looks like we got a quick pause here, I think. Nope, okay. Not sure what that was, but we stopped for a moment and then we went. Okay, and then we started again. Might have been a slight freeze here. I don't know if it's my internet acting up or something else. Could be numerous things. Either way, still rolling on as we reach the 33-minute mark. Again, gold's still relatively even. And Seko top still with the most kills in the game. I don't think that's going to change until this game is over here. And oh! A gang crush doesn't quite work. The seismic shove gonna land. King's in trouble. Team fight's gonna break out here, but already Beedel has found 1 kill. They're also again buying a lot of time, but Oven Johnson and they're also both gonna fall. There's no front line any longer. They're gonna be forced to run. Defocus though goes a little bit too far forward. He's gonna go down. But looks like Beedel's last one alive here for BB Clocks. And still 2 members alive here. So the tanks for INSCR survive and the 80 carry or BB Clock survives. Kind of an interesting situation because INSCR has no range champions left that can't really take the inhibitor. Like, they don't really have the damage to do it, so I don't think they're going to even be able to take it, honestly. They'll be able to push minion waves and stuff, but I don't think they'll actually be able to, to break that inhibitor or take it on any turrets. Setting up Baron Vision is crucial, of course, but again, BB Clocks has reached this terrifying late game scenario. I think it would also be pretty important for Oven Johnson to buy tank items or Guardian Angel, at this point, you should no longer be building damage. Honestly, I don't know if Spear of Sojin was even worth it this game, because at a certain... Like, once he was at a point where he could purchase Spear of Sojin, it was no longer relevant for him to even buy damage. He was just going to be a tank at that point. Like, they were picking Kled more for the early game and mid-game damage. But I guess the abilities do give him ability in CC, so... Cooldown reduction not bad, and things like that. Baron will be started, though. This is risky. King is down 2 levels. So it's slightly worse, but charge. Here we go. They're coming in. Charge has been pressed. King not going to get the Baron. It goes over. No steal this time. But now INSCR has to win this team fight. Stray, too far forward. He goes down. Bdel, another kill to start this one off. There's a man advantage here. Another root lands on Axe Ranger. Good hook. Everybody also going to pick off another member with the help of his teammates, of course. BB Clocks, they lose the Baron. But they do pick off 2 members and nullify the power of the Baron and obviously give themselves some gold over. So not the worst situation in the world, but I think both sides, you know, are okay with this outcome. I don't think you like it, but you're okay with it. But 2 turrets, probably going to go down here for BB Clocks. And imagine this inner turret will fall just like the outer did. Seismic Shoveling to land here. It looks like thereby also gets instantly deleted. Now this is going to push BB Clocks back. They're not going to get the second turret. License Rider in a bit of trouble here. Psycho Top uses Zonies to buy some time. He's going to get rooted up though when he goes down. Bdel with his 13th kill of the game. I was going to say that Psycho Top there's no way he's going to be displaced as the kill leader, but now Bdel's making me scratch my head a little bit. Maybe I was wrong. The Zoro Thresh walks into the wrong neighborhood. Again, no dragon for the 20 seconds, but once that does spawn there, could be big fight breaking around that. But looks like INSCR is going to go for the inhib first, and backs are coming through here. Again, full crit Caitlyn. She's got 3 Zeal items, and Infinity Edge, and the Armor Pen like I was talking about earlier. So she's full build. She's ready to go, and guess who's ready to go? Oven Johnson. He's pressed the charge button. Here we go. On to Oral Thresh, but Defocus is rooted up. He's going to use the ultimate defensively, but now Oral Thresh will go down. Dies for his AD carry. Stray, gonna get pulled back. Oh no, there, but also with a blind hook over the wall. Gonna find the kill. BB Clocks. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're clawing their way back into this one. I'm honestly just amazed that they're even still in this game, let alone that they're winning this thing. The gold lead's back down to like 1,000. And now they've taken the Elder Dragon. Like, I don't even know what's going on at this point. BB Clocks has clawed their way back into this one. I mean, they don't give a crap that they were down 2,000 gold at like 5 minutes. Oh, but no, there, but also, he's going to land the hook on the Secco Top after getting pulled in by the Seismic Shove. Secco Top now forced to run, though. Oven John's going to flash forward. No, that's not needed. License Rider with a rocket to the backside of Secco Top. 38 minutes in, and now it looks like BB Clocks is the team in the lead. Should drop the center turret here. They're making the way on the enemy base now. Their mid lane inhibitor, again, still down. So there are supers here to slow their approach alongside that Baron buff that should time out in just a moment or two. Engage coming through there, but also the hook instantly deletes Stray, and now Oral Thresh forced to run for his life, but oh, good flash in there from King will land the root on Oral Thresh. Now Oven Johnson into the back line. Pull back in from there, but also will secure the kill on X Ranger here, and now 4 members down. It looks like the base will be broken, and BBC might just end this game here and now. Forget my expectations. I mean, BBC has blown me away with this game, coming back from an incredible deficit, hanging in there the entire time, and now they're on the Nexus. Looks like BB Clocks will win this game 39.5 minutes in. I don't even know what to say after that one. That was insane. BB Clock comes back from a terrible, terrible first 5 minutes. They died 5 times. They were down 2,000 gold, but they somehow survived. And now we are on our way to game 2 with BB clocks up 1-0. Not something I thought I was going to say here. But they proved me wrong. Coming out on top. It took 39.5 minutes, but they did it. And after that performance, I can't really bring myself to root against them there in game 2. We're going to take a short break here before we get started with game 2. But if the second game, anything like the first again, should be a pretty insane one. So stick around and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Alright, and here we are for the champion select of game 2.
I must not fall.
Got a lot of support bands coming through so far here. Again, the Alistair first picked in game 1 was pretty interesting pick, but we'll be banned away here.
Grounded.
Alongside that Thresh, of course, that was banned in game 1. I expected to be banned all series long. And now the Talee gonna join here, so a lot of adaptions from game 1 4 BB clocks. On the other side, Insecure sticking their guns. Besides the Caitlyn pick, they're going to get rid of the Leona and the Silas. Just swapping out the Caitlyn. Or swapping in, I suppose. As Vladimir will be first picked. Again, a lot of interesting different priorities for these teams. And quite honestly, surprised that we haven't had the Lucian Nami picked in game 1, excuse me. The Lucian went, unbanned, unpicked in game 1, but now not going to be first picked here in game 2 as well in Deep Focus. Going to pick that one up, and Oral Thresh going to be on the Nami here. Lucian Nami, one of the scarier bot lane combos, in my opinion. I mean, right up there with like Morgana, Caitlyn, and you could name a few others, of course. Callista Thresh. Lots of things, of course, that you can pair with each other that are really good. But Lucian Nami, just one of the best combos in the bottom lane. As the response to that bot lane will be Ashe Zyra here. That's a pretty immobile bot lane, if I gotta say anything about it. No dashes, no flashes, nothing. So the Lucian Nami, like, if they get ahead, like, they'll just run at you and kill you. Like, that's gonna be very tough, I think. On the flip side, though, Ashe Zyra, like, they can control that lane pretty well here. They got a lot of poke, a lot of damage there. But Orianna will be the pick for Stray here. Went for the Ahri in game 1. Now we're going to play a bit more of an immobile control mage this time. This may change where Vladimir is going to go. Again, still could be flexed to mid or top to Oven Johnson or Licensed Rider. So we'll see this goes. If I had to guess, it'd be Licensed Rider, but I don't know. Kled will be banned away here, which honestly kind of surprised by. I feel like you'd want, if it's open, I would have just picked it for Evan Johnson. Just would have left it open. He was very good on it, and it seems to be very much comfort. So I kind of would have just played it, to be honest. But they're gonna ban it away. That's their decision. Maybe they've got something in mind that does not fare well against the Cloud. Maybe they're planning to go for a tank on the top lane. But Victor, Karthus, going to be banned away like they were in game 1. Sejuani, though, did slip all the way through to the second ban phase. Was banned in the first ban phase, but this time made it through the first round of picks. Again, surprised that one wasn't picked up, to be perfectly honest. But Jarvan will be the jungler instead here for Insecure. Nunu could be an interesting response here. So it looks like a couple of Freljord friends are going to be reunited. As Nunu will be the jungler here. Swain going to be the last pick. So it doesn't really clear anything up for us in terms of which solo laner is going to be where. Vladimir and Swain can go either lane pretty comfortably. So we'll see what the plan is here. 4 BB clocks, but Yorick will be the response in the top lane. X-Ranger going to go full split push mode. And, well, I mean, very strong team fighting comp, I'd say, here from BB Clocks. Like, they have very much a lot of AoE damage. A lot of CC, hard CC or slows. But, I mean, they just have, I don't necessarily think they have, like, good pick potential, but like if they engage, they can engage hard. The Ashe Arrow can obviously be a big pick tool, but they don't really have a lot of like long range dashes or big, like they don't really have any mobility spells is what I'm trying to get at here. So when they go in, they're going in, but they hit hard when they go in. On the other side though, for Insecure, you got a big split pushing threat in New York, which you always have to respect, and the Lucian Nami like could just be super dominant in lane. You always have to be scared of that one. But well, looks like it will be Vladimir top lane and the Swain in the mid lane. So not quite what I would have expected, but Swain a bit more popular into the Orianna. And Vladimir should have more dominance in the early game there against the Yorick. Swain honestly has pretty terrible spells early on in the game. Because, well, he has long cooldowns, but more specifically, his spells don't really go through minions very well in the early game, so his laning isn't like that great. You need levels in your Q, I believe it's Death Hand, to actually like get through the minions and do damage to your opponent. And their E is just on a super long cooldown and doesn't do very much damage. It's really more of just a CC utilization spell. So it's kind of not, it doesn't give you much pressure early on in the game, whereas Vladimir can be more of a bully and abuse more of that range versus melee advantage. Both top laners take DP. We got an Ignite and a Barrier here in the mid lane with the Orianna versus Swain. And then, bot lane, both a heal and Ignite. Of course. So nothing too crazy. But Les is rather going aggressive with Ignite again. Ignite on Corki, Ignite on Swain. He wants to fight for sure. Just got a couple more seconds here on the Spectre delay, and then we'll hop right in here. And pretty wildly different bot lane matchups here in game 2. We got ranged champions and two champions that aren't really scaling. Like Kaisa Caitlyn is definitely a lane where both people are looking to scale. Caitlyn's more aggressive. She wants to push lane, get some tower damage done, but both are like playing for late game. You're not playing for a 2-item spike necessarily. I mean, like Kaisa is, her late game is 2-3 items, but she's just pretty insane. But both champions are definitely playing more of a scaling, whereas the Ashe Lucian is just kind of utility champion, but Lucian also just more of the early mid game champion. And of course, we've got the ranged champions as opposed to 2 melee champions. So just a wildly different look this time around. And are beginning to load in now. And then we should be ready to go, get into game 2 here. If the game wants to load for us, it will, I hope. Always make you nervous when it does this. I'm praying right now. There we go. We got it. The amount of bad luck I've had with this observer, I don't even want to think about it. Do some interesting keystone. We get the press attack here on the Ashe. Got pretty much standard. Other than that, phase rush on the Vladimir. So that's, Vladimir is kind of one of those champions that kind of can be flexible on his keystone. He can go phase rush, unsealed spellbook. He can, he can even go area or comet, or like he can do a lot of different things. And obviously some are more popular than others, some are situational, but he is one of those champions that has some flexibility in his, keystone decisions. And obviously the Ashe, Letho Tempo has been the most popular. Fleet Footwork also seen some use. Comet what is kind of used, from what I understand. Not so much anymore, of course. When runes were first introduced, runes reforged, that is, it was a thing, and then combat just kind of got nerfed slowly over time, and it became less and less of a thing. And excuse me. I try to mute myself before I cough, but sometimes I'm not fast enough. I've been coughing a lot, so trying to go with it. Maybe if we got some downtime, I'll tell you a terrifying travel story I have from recent times when I was sick, and the experience was exacerbated by being sick, but who knows? I mean, Jarvan, still level 2, maybe we're gonna get a gank out of him. What did go blue to Gromp to bottom side grab here, so kind of an interesting path for the Jarvan. No level 2 red cheese. And Nunu gonna go for the snowball in the bottom lane here. Not gonna find anything, of course. It was completely wide. And Jarvan gonna secure both scuttle grabs here. Nunu left with just the red and Krugs so far. And won't be able to steal much of anything from the enemy jungle unless he wants to go all the way to the wolves here, so. Honestly, King completely misreading this early pathing in the jungle here. As the snowball will land, but certainly not anywhere near in time. Very easy for Stray to get away there. And it looks like Sec up top will get in, steal the blue buff, and get out safely. Now looking for a gank mid lane, perhaps a few pings going down. And the directed camera is being freaking awful. Because Licensed Rider did flash. I don't know what the hell's going on with the directed camera, to be honest with you. Usually it's very good. But it has not been good tonight. I don't know what they did to update it, but it has been missing stuff. So I don't know if I'm just going to like direct it myself. You guys are going to have to deal with my cursor around it or what. Because look, alright, there we go. I'm just going to do that so that we can actually see what's going on. Because the directed camera is being awful. So you guys are going to have to live with the cursor, unfortunately, but... Now a fight in the bottom lane here. Both sides sustaining some damage, but no summoners burn here besides there, but also is flash. Everybody else keeps theirs intact. Slight TS lead there. You see B-Dal and thereby also with a range advantage are able to get a few, I'll even deny a few extra creeps there. Both AD carries went for the shield instead of the sword. As those volleys continue to rain down. You can see why that range advantage is so important in the lanes. The extra auto attack is very important here as Vito going forward here. You know, a flash away there, but also looking for the root. Those grasping thorns do not find defocus that time, but getting out his flash, very nice. Again, a big CS lead in the bottom. Here we got 35 to 23. Mid lane dead even. The top lane should be pretty even once this wave is cleared out as well here. So just the CS lead in the bottom lane now for BB Clocks. And now we are 5 minutes in and no one has been killed yet. No first blood and certainly not 5 kills. So, if game 1 was anything to go by, BB Clocks are having a godlike early game this time. Will be the Mountain Drag first. This time. Again, both sides can make good use of that, but York always happy to pick those up. Makes his life a lot easier. As the root gonna land from there, but also once the level 6 is reached, should pretty much mean if a root is landed, that person will pretty much die. So deep focus and oral thresh have to be very, very careful once level 6 is reached. That they don't just, you know, get rooted up and die. Now Gink coming in the bottom lane here, and I don't know why the... Alright, I'm controlling the camera now, because the camera doesn't want to show us the actual action that's happening, so... Anyway, there was a fight in the bottom lane, no one was hurt. Again, still a big CS lead there, but everywhere else pretty even. Licensed Rider is a few ahead though now, was even early on, but these last waves has got a slight advantage there, and now is up quite a bit in mana here, so that will mean that Stray is going to have to go grab that blue buff away from Sekko here. Try and stay in this lane a little bit longer. Now the dragon will be started up here for King. The Mountain Dragon going to be the option for him here, but is spotted out here by this control ward. So no way that was going to be taken. Quick rotation over stops that. Now back to our own respective lanes. And now the CS back even there in the mid lane. What a wonder blue buffs do. As more training comes in, and again you see that mana. So the blue buff so impactful in the mid lane. Licensed Rider now struggling once again because of the blue buff disadvantage he is at. And looks like he's not going to be handed a blue buff either. Nunu seems to be taking this down, and maybe Licensed Rider will come. Nope, he's not going to give it over. So that's unfortunate for him. As a root will land, level 6 is here, and that should mean Oral Thresh is going to go down. He's going to survive for now, but the Ignite and the Thorns find the kill. First blood over Beedle, trying to chase down Deep Focus. Now fight in the top lane. X-Ranger, he's going to go down. A good gank there. Sekko coming in for a counter, but Beedle and they're also still here. Maybe they can find their way out, but Beedle's going to go down. The flash away from Sekko will mean he's okay, but a 2-for-1 overall. And Summoner's Bones are used. Definitely a win there for BB Clocked. Insecure losing across the map. So now BB Clocks is in a much better situation to be at a gank in the mid lane here. Stray gonna interrupt that absolute zero cancel or absolute zero channel with good ultimate there. Buys him a lot of time, and that Licensed Rider in trouble. Here comes the counter gank though. Snowball coming in, but it's gonna roll right past Sekko. He's gonna go down despite the missed snowball. And now looks like everyone will back off. Completely whiffed there, rolling the snowball right past Sekko, but plenty of damage there. And now, oh no, Stray's in trouble. Flash forward from Licensed Rider. The Ignite will get it in the end. Licensed Rider with another kill, or his first kill of the game, and another kill involvement anyway. Now another root's gonna land here. Oral Thresh again, still level 5 to level 6 and 7 of the enemy bot lane. But like I said, once level 6 is reached, you gotta be very careful. And now the ultimate's gonna land here. The arrow from Beedle. Now Deep Focus is firing back. He's gonna find one kill. Now Beedle in trouble. Oh no, the interrupt though, and oh, saves him. King comes in with a snowball at the perfect time. There, gonna stun up Deep Focus and save Zedekir and get the kill. A 2-for-0 trade. Oral Thresh also went down, or 2-for-1 trade, excuse me. V Clocks up 7-2 kills now. They must be feeling pretty good about this early game, considering how terrible game 1 went. 11 minutes in, they're now up 3.5k gold and up 5 kills. And now looking for the Mountain Drake here. The smite will secure it for King. Gonna try and make his way out now. He's gonna flash past that bubble and he'll be safe. Let's see Mountain Dragon and makes his way out. Both AD carries still on the same items here. Now Lights is ready. He's going to try and make a 2v1 happen here in the mid lane. He's forcing him back here, getting all that healing from his ultimate. And now, oh no, Oral Thresh in trouble once again. The snowball going to land, and Beadle finds the kill. BB Clock's doing fantastically. As Lysis Rider with no ultimate, he's going to get dunked by the Cataclysm. He's going to try and fight his way out of this one. Sekko getting very low. Lysis Rider needs to find a little bit more damage, but no, Sekko is going to survive. And the second gank. Boom. Yep. Oh, the missed ultimate there from Oven Johnson. King going to try and come in, but he doesn't have the damage. Absolute Zero going to come through. Shockwave not even needed this time to save himself there from the Absolute Zero. Stray just walks his way out of that one. Now Deep Focus caught in the bush here, and now the ultimate comes through, the arrow lands. Another kill for B-Dell in there, but also in that bottom lane. They've done a great job so far. Now we got a gank in the top side. X-Ranger going to flash underneath this turret. And he's going to go down here. King going to fall, though, to the turret shots. And now we're fighting in the bottom lane. Oral Thresh is going to make his way out. A gank here from Sekko, but he's going to back off after this one. Too much action for me. They need to calm down. 14 kills here. We're already past that. 1 kill a minute. You guys can stop now. Gold lead still 3,500. Make that 5. And now, gank here on the bottom side. B-Dell nearby also. Gonna dodge out of the knockup and go down to the calling B-Dell. Easily use the heal here. Probably could use it earlier. Sekko top will lead a few turret shots, but gets out. Okay, thereby also falls, but B-Dell lives. Still got the plating, and only one goes down. As Blade the Ruin King gets finished here for B-Dell. Now gank in the top side. Here comes King. X-Ranger. He's probably not going to get out of this one. I mean, he's got no way to get out here. No flash. And easily tracked down and kept in place with all that CC. A third kill now for Oven Johnson. 850 gold shutdown here with 127 CS. He's looking very strong now. Quietly was sort of just getting kills and CS up there in the top lane. So much action bottom and mid that we weren't even really talking about him. They are constant fighting there. Took away from his advantages. And now, first turret will drop on the top side and a second one here on the bot side. Now Oral Thresh. Oh, the ultimate not even needed from Zyra. Down he goes. The Rift Turret will be dropped in mid lane. It looks like BB Clocks. Game 1 went to almost 40 minutes. They are not looking to go anywhere near that amount of time in here in Game 2. Already taking down 2 turrets here at 15 minutes. Make that 3 and possibly 4 here as the Rift Turret charges onto this inner turret here in the mid lane. It will be 4 here as the inner turret is secured, and the inhibitor turret going to come under fire as well here 16 minutes in. Fight gonna break out though. King They'll land in the Cataclysm. Lightning Rider is here. Pops the ultimate. Going to heal a little bit. Oven Johnson, the Ignite here. He's going to possibly survive. He will in the end. The Power Transfuse saves his life. And now Lightning Rider, he's deep in enemy paint. Going to try and make his way out through this bottom side. Now Lightning Rider is just going to pop the ultimate. Finds 1 kill. A 2nd kill. 2 kills there for their boss. In the end, X-Ranger going to pick up that one on the Lightning Rider. A 3 for 2 overall. BB Clox comes out on top once again. INSCR that backs up against the wall, down 1-0. All right, a terrible spot so far. Losing an inhibitor in the bottom side. In the span of like a minute and a half, they lost 6 turrets. And one of them being an inhibitor turret there in the bottom side. So, yeah, not a great, like, 2.5, 2 minutes for them. Again, sorry for my voice and the random random periods of silence, but try not to cough in your ears. BB Clox. I don't know what happened in game 1. Like, I don't know what if they were just like trolling or what happened, or if they were. I mean, maybe they were just very confused because they didn't, like at this point in the season, everyone sort of has a read on people. But there's a few new players. I don't know. I guess they just didn't have experience playing it since INSCR. Like, I don't know what the deal was, but like they were just thrown off in game 1. Like they just seemed like they were out of their depth. But here in game, at the end of game 1 and here in game 2, they were just like, okay, like we understand now, and are just taking it to INSCR. Now a fight gonna break out over this inhibitor probably. INSCR can definitely not give this inhibitor up this early on in the game. Oven Johnson may just find this kill. Oh no, Floral Thresh. Okay, he's gonna go down alongside that inhibitor. A 5-kill Vladimir now. Didn't even realize how much AP he had at this stage. As Never Move will land, and X-Ranger going to be forced to flash out of this one. And the Nexus turrets are under fire here. At just 19 minutes. As the Air are going to force another flash. They don't even have minions here. They're just pouring on the Nexus turrets. As the minion wave will join it finally. But oh no, thereby also going to find that kill. Oh my god, they're just walking into their deaths. INSCR, I don't know what to do. Head inside their own base here. Pre-20 minutes. Shockwave going to be a big one. That found 3 members. Thorol Thresh. He's going to be pulled back and he's forced to use heal defensively here. As X-Ranger, he's going to find 1 kill. Seko, he goes in, but he completely whiffs the Flagon Dragon. He goes down immediately. INSCR just keep walking out of the base and dying at the hands of BB Clox. And they're going to back off for now, but an inhibitor and a Nexus turret have fallen. And we're not even past 20 minutes yet. BB Clox is pouring on. I mean, this is insane. Like, they didn't even have as big an advantage as INSCR did in the first couple of minutes of the game. And they leveraged that thing and just kept extending their advantage. I mean, that was the thing that INSCR didn't do, right? BB Clox have just continued to steamroll and continue to take stuff. They've been super aggressive and continue to push. INSCR did not in game 1. They had an advantage and they didn't really do anything with it. Now Baron has spawned. They have a Mountain, so potential Baron play, but I feel like at this point in the game you don't even go for Baron. Like, I feel like that's just waiting to throw it. The only time I'd go for Baron is if their jungler is dead or they're not going to be able to contest. Like I think doing this Baron's super risky. Like, you have to kill the jungler or keep the jungler away. Or turn off it. Like, I wouldn't do this 50-50 Baron. I think this is really risky. Oven Johnson, though, going to make sure Seko doesn't get into this pit. He's already taken a lot of damage, and he will get the kill. Perfect job there from Oven Johnson to stop that. X-Ranger, he's trying to find his way on a license right over. The team's going to come in. The X-Ranger certainly cannot fight
1v5. License Spreader also going to get the heal. He's probably going to get out. Deep Focus now in trouble, though. Try to scare the kill, but he's going to go down himself. Baron is over to 4 kills. And now maybe a 5th here for Stray. Oh my goodness. Everyone dead now. A full ace. BB Clocks are going to take this game in like in less than 22 minutes probably, as they walk their way onto the Nexus here. I mean, this has just been an insane game. And now the Nexus under fire. Again, they're going to be taking this game in under 22 minutes. BB Clocks, they look like an entirely different team. The first half of game 1 was an entirely different team. The second half of game 1 and game 2, it was just like night and day, the difference between you know, the versions of BB Clocks we saw tonight. But I mean, a fantastic series nonetheless. I mean, ups and downs. Game 2, a bit of a stop, but some exciting moments. But you know, in game 1, it was back and forth, up and down. And an amazing comeback there from BB Clocks. And INSCR, I think once they lost game 1, their just entire morale took a swan dive into the trash. Like, losing that game from that stage, that point where you were, not a good feeling, I don't think. You just get a look at the damage charts. Vladimir here at 25,000. I mean, just doubled pretty much everyone else. Almost doubled. I'm good at math. But yeah, clearly destroying everyone else. Zyra, though, did quite a bit of damage. Second most damage on the team. So, yeah, but like I said, once you hit that level 6, you got to be super scared of that Zyra-Ashe combo, because as soon as one CC lands, the rest are going to land, and you're going to die. You got to be very, very careful there. But a fantastic series from BB Clocks coming back. And INSCR, like, again, they need to, like, bottle what they had for the first 5 minutes of game 1 and, like, sell that. Because that's, I mean, they were fantastic. And then they just threw it all away. So, it was just night and day. But a fantastic series nonetheless. And as I say that, we should have a few more good series here this weekend. I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be here Sunday. Let me just get a look here at the schedule. So there will be a series tomorrow. Okay. Fallen hasn't updated the stream schedule, but either way, there'll be a series tomorrow and a series Sunday for sure. So tune in for that. Hopefully Fallen will update it soon. But either way, tune in for a series tomorrow and Sunday, and then of course we got plenty more matches every week, pretty much. And INSCR, unfortunately, going to fall again, so the record not going to look any better. But BB Clock's a big win for them. Going to go to 9-6 after this, which is big. Because, I mean, honestly, they're in a 3-way tie for 3rd. So if they lose, like, if they drop any games, they can go all the way from 3rd to, like, you know, 5th or 6th in just a blink of an eye. So every game, very, very important for BB Clocks here. They're able to secure this victory, which is very important for them. But with that, we're going to sign off for tonight. Thanks for everyone tuning in to this series of the Sugar Free League. We appreciate you guys coming and watching. Missed being here last week, but glad to be back. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys again soon.